All right, friends, are you ready for some more 1850? Hope so, because that's what we're doing right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Ross the Oliver Man, and this here Rim O Sadness turned out to not be as much sadness as I originally thought looking at it from the outside. There's still plenty of meat on this and nothing is rotted away, so I think a good cleaning and a coat of paint and we can put on the tire and a new tube and he should be good to go. So that's what we're going to do. It's very rare that I don't have to end up patching a rim, but especially when they got fluid. When they got fluid in them, but that one is still very solid. There were some pretty aggressive rust chunks, but I think we're good. I noticed on the camera when I was looking at it, editing and stuff, he did tell me one time that they had to put one new rim on, and I bet this is the one, because the paint doesn't match quite. When you look at it, it looks like the center is a different color and the weight is a different color. So when we clean this one up, it'll be interesting to see if this looks like, this one looks like it's been on there longer. It looks like that rust is more aggressive around the outside. It may not clean up very good, I don't know, but man, it's gonna be a matter of time before we're doing that one too. I mean, ain't nothing to brag about, you see. So that's good. We don't want to take his money all at once. There's plenty of stuff we can work on this tractor over the years. It needs some, there's other leaks that need fixed on it in places. I should have, and I don't remember why. I think he didn't want to spend a lot of money at the time. I put these hydraulic couplers on there, but then we didn't put new hoses on, and I can't remember the reason for that. There was a reason, because I'm sure I suggested everything. Anyway, stuff like that, friends, I think we could do. I think it's probably due for some brake seals, quite honestly, and different things. But he talked once about having the motor rebuilt. I don't know if that'll ever happen. It runs good. I don't know. The biggest thing it needs the injection pump gone through, because it will leak in different temperatures of the year. Like when it gets cold, it'll start pouring out fuel for no reason, and it's a little bit oily and messy there. We've worked from here forward and we've done some stuff on that end and in the dash, but we haven't really done any engine work at all, I don't think. I can't remember. It's been so long, I don't know. I work on so many that it's hard to remember what's what. But anyway, no rambling. We are going to clean up this rim and then see, you know, what we can do here. I never know where to put you, so I'm going to put you there. Maybe you can see it, maybe not. Hopefully my electric cord is working here. We will find out. It's cleaning up pretty good. We will go back and hit some of the areas that it doesn't get with the wire brush. We can hit with the actual grinding wheel a little bit, knock off some of the pieces if we can't just hit it with a hammer and get them knocked off. But I think we're going to have a winner here. We just gotta, like I said, take our time, clean it up. But it is it is doing it some good. And I will have to go to town here in a minute, which is okay. It's about lunchtime, so I can do something about that too. But I need to get another can of paint. My other can of paint, I would have had enough to do this. I probably had about a half a can left. And after what was the last one we did? That Super 77 rim, when we fixed it and put the new tire on, you know, to keep it up off the ground, and cleaned and painted it. And I set the can of paint on a block of wood. And later on that night or whatever, some bovines got out, and I was chasing them through there. They cut through there, knocked the can of paint over, and one of them put its foot on it, so ruined the can of paint. They like to find new and creative ways to aggravate me, and that's one of them. So the moral of that long story is I gotta go get more paint, which is fine. So I'll get some of that, and then it should, it should be good to go then. We'll just give it a coat of paint, and then we can switch gears while that's drying and try to work on the sheet metal a little bit and see if we can flitz it out maybe and get it. I don't know. It's gonna be as far as these go, this is kind of rough. I don't know if we'll be able to really bring it back. There's places that we'll be able to bring back nice, but I have my doubts as a whole what's gonna happen here. But it's bound to be better than it is. I mean, no matter what we do. I did have to weld hood corners in it once because that is a common thing. I put a muffler on it. I remember that. A seat did that. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna work on this. No point in you watching the same thing over and over and over again. So I'll work on this and I'll bring you back when we're ready for something more exciting. All right, that's coming along very nicely. I think that will do the thing that we want. We need to get the paint, like I said. We'll get it painted up. That will take 24 hours to dry, so we won't be able to put it back on until tomorrow, but I'm cutting her down to the wire, friends, for when he wants this. But that's just the way life works sometimes. So I'll get her painted up and we'll try to make this happen. And there's plenty of other stuff I can be working on in the meantime. Like I said, we can experiment with his flitzing on this, and then I want to work on that 2255 as well. I want to get it a little bit better, you know what I'm saying. So I may do those at the same time, because if I got to have the water on and wash it, wouldn't it be easier to just do two things right at once? You know, I don't know. We'll see what we get into, but at the very least, what I'm saying is my day has no free time in it. It's going from one thing to the next. I used to be ahead on these videos and have a bunch ahead, and now it seems like I can't get a whole pile of them done ahead of time. I don't know what the deal is. It's life hasn't slowed down since about April. It's just been continuously busy. So anywho, let me go to town. I'll get some paint and something to eat, and then we'll come back and we'll try to hit this project pretty hard and get her as far as we can. So yeah, I'll bring you back in a little bit. All right, friends, we're back from town and we've got supplies, so we ought to be able to get this going. Now, usually I get a lot of requests from people to show them how to paint a spaceship, but I'm not going to do that today. But I'll show you how to paint the Washington Monument. You know, you're going to start with a long tower, you know, something like that. Washington Monument. Then we got to put there's some landscaping around the bottom, you know, a little bit of landscaping. Happy little bushes there, you know. And then any big building has a beacon that, you know, puts a little bit of light out from the top, so the planes don't hit it when it goes by. So there you go, friends. Washington Monument. Don't say I never taught you nothing. There it is. But we'll move on, friends. We'll move on. The important thing here is we want to get it nice and covered so that there is no more rust that happens and causes this problem a second time. So that's what we'll do, you know. That's why I like gloss black. It is about the toughest of paints. And when you put it on like this with the brush, it seems like it's a nice thick coat that fills in any imperfections in it, and when it dries it makes a nice smooth surface, and it just works dandy. I've done this for a long time and it hasn't let me down yet, you know. The only thing is that when you're in a hurry like we are kind of with this, it'd probably be better to let it sit for 2 or 3 days if you really wanted it super duper dry, because what'll happen is it'll be filled dry to the touch, but then when you mount the tire on, you will find that the tube sticks to it, and the next time you go to take it off, the tube will be glued to the rim. But hopefully you never have to take it off again, you know. And I guess there is a situation of where you could end up, you know, wearing out your set of tires and you got to put on new tires, and then you'd take it off again. But I don't know. Also, doing this makes it a lot easier for the tire to slide on and off. People say, well, you don't use soap or whatever. Well, you do this, you really don't have to. The tire will slide on this excellently. That's because gloss paint is slick, friends. So that's the reason why. All right, there's really no reason for you to sit here and watch the nonsense. Anyway, I will bring you back when something more exciting happens, and we'll go from there. But yeah, I'm gonna plug away at this, and like I said, you don't need to just sit here and watch that. So I'll bring you back. All right, that's drying. That's good to go. I did give this a little bit of modern mint right there because I ground through to bare metal when I was doing the thing, wire wheeling around that hole. So I think if we let that dry, we wash this wheel and give it another coat of the Rust-Oleum gel to get the places it missed, I think that will blend in very nicely. Over here, I forgot to bring the steel wool. I'll have to go back after a while to town. That's fine. But I wanted to do a little bit of test flitzing to see if I could actually get anything out of this paint. And I think I can. I mean, right here, like, that's gonna be especially nice. But this is gonna be kind of like the 1755 was, where it's got a lot of that rust pitting in the sheet metal, and it's a shame. This side is very much bad. Yeah, so we're gonna have to work on, like, that's actually bare metal, so I don't know what we're gonna do there. We'll figure it out. But that's the way this one was. Not as bad though, and it's still got a few little places that show, and I kind of did the best I could around there, and it doesn't look bad. But you know, good from far, far from good maybe. This one is going to be a lot rougher. I mean, quite honestly, I think this one is ready for a paint job, more than the 1755 is. But I think I can make it look better than what it does now. So that's going to be the goal. But this weather today, friends, is so beautiful. It's not hot at all, not humid, wind's blowing. I think I'm going to take advantage of that and go build some fence, try to finish that up, because that's a miserable task to do when it's terrible outside. So that's probably what's going to happen, and that's just the way it is. I can work on this at night towards evening. So yeah. All right, friends, it's the next day. This looks good. Can't complain. Nice. Got the tire rolled over here, but we got to clean it out. It's got a pretty good pile of rust in it. It has come off the rim. So we'll resurrect this old shop vac. And hopefully it still works enough to do this. Obviously, as soon as I want it to, the first thing that happens is the hose comes out. Oh, I got it put together all crooked, that's why. Well, that worked pretty good. All right, we're ready to start this fight. Start the fight of putting the tire back on. It would be easier to let it down a little, put the tire on and then raise it back up, but that's probably what I'll do. Get it started, raise it up. There. That's what we wanted. Come on. Okay. All right, there's a little more trash to suck up out of there. Get on there. Get on there. Good. I need to raise her back up again. Okay, time for a tube. A tube, and then trying to get her mounted on there. I never know if you can see, if you're actually still filming, if you care. Sometimes you probably don't care. I need to get my other bar in here. Okay, nope, nope, run away. Oh, stay put. Come on. All right, now we got to do some flight it and see how it's gonna go. You know, hopefully it'll never leak again. My luck, that tube will be flawed and it'll start leaking, even though it's a brand new tube, because that's how life works, friend. So let me get the air deal up here and we'll see what happens. All right, it's back up on its wheel and it needs wash. Some of that stuff has run down. Like you can see, this is all trash. So what I'm thinking I'm gonna do though is, well, I'm gonna put this on here so we don't forget that. But then I'm going to do the Rust-Oleum gel on the other side wheel, like the other sides of the tractor, and then maybe I'll hit some of the places that I missed here, like this front wheel. Right in there. Maybe. Right in there. Are you gonna spray gel or what? There we go. Anyway, what I'm saying is, I'm gonna give it, we'll clean these wheels, then we'll wash the whole thing, and then we'll see about giving it a second coat on places that it needs a second coat, because it does need a second coat, friends. I mean, this is gonna take a while too, so might just use the thinking stool to sit here and apply, because you have to, since it's a gel, it doesn't come out in a like a nice wide pattern. You see, it comes out in a blob. So I don't know. I've tried like rubbing it in with like a brush to spread it out even. That's with mixed results. It doesn't seem to like, I don't know, it seems to like being sprayed on more than anything. So I'll work at this, and then I'll bring you back. Now, I just noticed something interesting here on the debate of stuff. This side, the tractor has a white hub, and the other side, the tractor has a green hub. So I wonder if they broke a hub at one time. The other hub on the other side is wore pretty bad. So, I don't know, that's interesting though. Well, I'm gonna apply this phosphoric acid, and then I'll bring you back later. All right, it's sitting on there. I did use a paper towel to try to smear it a little bit. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. It just doesn't, I don't know. It likes to be applied and left alone, but anyway, we're gonna see what happens here. You gotta just be patient and let it sit there for, it says up to half an hour. I usually let it sit about 20 minutes and then wash it off, and you should be able to watch the power washer just blow the rust right off. I mean, it's already brought back white in different places there, so we'll see what happens here in a little bit, but we'll power wash all 4 wheels, and then we'll give it another coat as necessary in places. And the grill is pretty well done, about as good as it can be. We got the rust, we still got some grease and stuff down there, but anyway, we're gonna let that go for a little bit, and then we'll see what we can do about it. All right, friends, the time is now. Look at the rust go away. I never realized it before, friends, but I think this rim's been patched. Doesn't it kind of look like it had a cup put in it? I don't know. It's getting ready to where it's going to need it again. Awesome. We'll give that another coat here in a minute. Let's try this rim. Better, but it needs more. This thing needs washed bad. I'm going to work on that, I guess. I'm going to wash it up a little more. But it's going to need a second coat on everything. I did hit this in a few places there. All right, I'm going to work on this a little bit more, and then we'll see, you know, what it looks like, and I might bring you back. We want to work on the sheet metal a little, but I don't really have time to do a great job before we got to have this done, so we may have to table that till a later time. All right, I'm going to let this dry a little bit, and then I'm going to run to town because I got some other stuff I got to do. I got to get before anything closes, and if I mess around with this, before you know it, it'll be the end of the day, and then I won't have time. But this definitely needs a second coat. This rim is definitely in worse shape than the other one, but that pans out with the story because he said he had one rim replaced, and I'm betting you that it was this one that we just worked on because it's in a lot better shape. The paint is a lot better on it, and it doesn't match the center. The rim looks white, whereas the center looks clover white. So yeah, that's just the way it is. But I am going to go get some supplies, and we'll round out this video after a while with some more cleaning on it. But I forgot that he wanted his other, that Massey Ferguson has a dead battery, and he wants a different battery put in it. He wanted a battery cutoff put on it. I'm not gonna have time to do that, but I can get the stuff to do it, and then make the bracket, and I could probably even put it on at the fair whenever it's there. But I need to get it where it runs so that he can take it, because I don't have time to haul it down there too. So that's what we want to do. All right, the 1850 made it here. I guess I'll give you a wrap up to this video. The paint is about as good as it can be. I mean, it's pretty far gone, but it's slick now, you know, it's smooth. And I don't know, the stickers though are pretty well gone, so that's the way it is. It did have a slight problem though on its way over here. I drove it here, and he met me, and he brought the other ones of his. It started leaking fuel, return line fuel, so we're going to have a service call video here at the fair. Luckily this piece still exists new. It's just like a plasticky hose, and then you got to get it on that. Yeah, we'll do something separate about that, but we cleaned it too good, I guess, is the moral of the story. The dirt was keeping things from leaking. Also, this hydraulic line is leaking. It was all caked up with dirt, and I washed that out, and now it's leaking a little bit, so we will have to address that at some point. And there's other leaks to fix on it. Like I told him, well, he and I talked about it, and he said I should probably have it painted, and I said, well, before you do that, we got some other stuff we need to do to it, fixing hydraulic unit leaks, and you know, we can reseal these levers, take the top cover off, put new O-rings in there, so that's good. Clean up whatever's leaking through there. And then there's leaks on the motor. The brakes probably needs brake seals. Wouldn't be out of line for it at this point. But other than that, it sailed right down the road here. I mean, it ran good, and yeah, it's a good running tractor. It's just got a lot of hours on it. He said it's been overhauled one time, and it was done by another mechanic that was well known around here, who just kind of worked at your house type of deal. And so it's got a new tack in it, and I would say that was put in when it was overhauled, and I think there's like 2,000 some hours on it since then. So who knows how many hours it's actually got on it, but it does run great. So yeah, we're gonna wrap this video up then. 1850 did make it to the fair, and the tire is not flat, so that means we did our part. You know, there's always the worry that you go out the next morning and it's sitting flat, but it's great. The terrain here is not the most even, so every tractor looks kind of a different angle, but I promise you that the tire is good. So yeah, he hauled this one in here. I told him we might have to haul that one back because of the leaking, but I think I ordered the stuff last night, so hopefully I can fix it here one day. If everybody will leave me alone long enough that I can get away, I'll pull that off of there and try to get that fixed. So yeah, anyway, we're gonna leave this video here. As always, friends, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. After watching what you just saw, do you feel like your IQ has dropped lower than your credit score? Well, there's no reason that both of us should be miserable, so go ahead and hit that thumbs up and leave a comment. That stuff costs you nothing, and it really helps me out. Your banker may not approve, but I know mine will. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.